subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at this NASDAQ. This is up to date. This is when I showed it to you a little while ago. We had the rally that went up, and I believe we went just about exactly to the 61% retracement on the day's range, and a little bit above it, right between the 61 and 786. That's where we are right here. Until we get below here, folks, the trend is still up. And how high it's going to go, I don't know. The rest of the markets have backed off quite a bit, but not so much with the NASDAQ. So we'll move that out of the way here. Here was one. We were on the air yesterday. We were long meal, and I said you got to get out at break even at 93 because you have an ABCD coming in here at 91, and now you're in a risk-free trade because if it gets back below here again, you don't want to touch it. But that's a perfect ABCD, making a new low on the week and stopped right where it is. It's rallied, $4 off the top, but now you're risk free. If we get to here, 91 again, you want to get out of it. It's just not worth the risk. Okay, now we had a couple others that I think we need to show you. First of all, we want to look here with the Dow Jones here. Just a second here. You can see we've been in a downtrend most of the day, but it's looking possibly for an end of the day rally. Unfortunately, this is the least the least accurate because you've gone through so many. But here's where we were here on this hourly chart. I just wanted to show you. Now we're back into the March now. Darn it, let me go to the four hour. Maybe that'll do it. No, see, they switched over and it doesn't show the darn thing. Just a second. I know this is not going to work, but nothing I can do about it. No. Shucks, I'm going to have to pass on it. You know what I was talking about was this section. Let's look at the hourly. That'll be good enough. Okay, there's the hourly. Yeah, there's a 3-drive pattern in here, folks. I showed it to you yesterday 3 times on a smaller time frame. I'm going to have to go down to the smaller time frame to see it. There's where we were coming in here yesterday. Okay, I was watching at this pattern right here, completing. Now, we covered it at 40.50. That's 100 points from where it is right now. Folks, that thing made 16 handles or $5,500 since December the 5th. That's a pretty good return. I'm waiting for a rally back to sell it again. That's really what I'm waiting to do. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. The other one that we've had that's working really good here is the Japanese yen versus the U.S. dollar. Perfect number right here. It's well up more than $1,000 already, and as you can see, it's starting to move down. Again, this is where you'd have your stop at break even, and you won't have to risk very much at all. Another one that we had that looked pretty good was the cattle market. We took a look at cattle here. We'll just get this up here and all. This is just an hourly chart. You can see the ABCD, but if you go to the daily, it'll jump out at you. There was the 193 at the sell. We're now 4 handles into this, so you're up $1,600, and now you're break even. You took out the previous low of the day, another good sign. So your stop is at break even on the live cattle. Another one that we wanted to look at, of course, has been the British pound. It's done extremely well. Now we'll just get this up on the hourly because that's how we put the trade on. It was one showing Sunday night, went exactly to the 61% retracement. This has got a very nice move in it right now, a little over $700. We're coming into an area where we should run into a little bit of support in here. In fact, this is one we need to take a tiny bit of time right now to look at it because something exciting could be happening here. Maybe, maybe not. This is what we don't know. We don't know how they're going to end. But if you just take a look at this, there's your left shoulder right here. You see your right shoulder comes in at 27.50. So first thing you want to do is to see what that relationship is at 27.50 and see if that's where you want to get out. And there's your 61% retracement. There's 27.50. So you want to be getting out of this and reversing and going short here pretty soon here, within about 20 pips here in the British pound. Look at this. If you just drew the line straight across, there's your, it has to be lower. There it is lower, and it's at the 61% of that one. And you come down and mark it right here. It's almost exactly 61% of this one, though they're very close. That's why. So this is the area you'd want to be selling it right in here, around 27.32. Your stop would have to be above here. This is a 3-day rally in a bear market. That's what that is. So you don't want to get too excited about it. You certainly want to lock in some profit from that level, but that's one that looks really interesting. Another one that we have to take a look at that's been very good to us has been the gold market. Let's get this up here on the hourly basis so we can see it a little bit better, because we came down and made that magical number one more time last night. You'll see, bring this over. Well, I got to do it an hourly. Hello, Larry. Let's get the thing in the right zone here. Okay, here's where we are. We're coming down here. And if you like ABCD, there's ABCD coming in here right there at your expansion. You can see it right there, ABCD. Now we're having a nice rally off of that. That's giving you a $1,500 profit if you were able to watch that one today. So that's an important one to pay attention to. Okay, now let's move over and take a look here at the crude oil, because crude oil was one that I warned everybody last night that it was most probably not going to hold the big 382, which was right here. And the answer for that is, folks, we came so close to the big sell point. That sell point was 72 and change. We got to 71.50. That told me that this market didn't have enough power to take out those old highs. And you were looking at this. Look at this kiss of death, 382 here. There's your one. Let's get out of the way here with this stuff here. There's your 1, 3, 5 pattern. There's your 382 right off of that, just spot on. And down she comes. Boom. That's why the 382 at this point wasn't going to stop it, because you have a bigger ABCD forming down in here that has already been exceeded. Let's just get this up here today and take a quick look at it. There's your move here. Get it down there. Shucks, I can't get it to draw it right, but you can see it's already through that. But there's your 135. You can see it's lined up just perfectly, symmetry-wise. It's got what you'd like to see it do. There it is, coming right over the top in here. That's a really nice one. And of course, we were watching this for the top because we had another ABCD here lining up right up into that top zone that came pretty much where it was supposed to go here in the crude oil here. Now let's make sure I got the timing right on this. We got 52 seconds left. I might as well show the chart of Tesla, because I'll tell you, I hear it on the news all the time, Tesla this, Tesla that, and it is true that did see Elon Musk walking from the Lincoln Memorial to the Washington Memorial on the water, and it wasn't even frozen, folks. I tell you, things you hear on the internet and you see in the news are just totally unbelievable. So let's get Tesla up here and we'll take a quick look at it, and you'll see it when you get back. So hang in there.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, I pulled up the chart of Tesla here, and as you can see from the low we made back here on December the 12th, okay? And if you'll just see where the 382 came in right there, there's your ABCD. Let's just draw it in. This looks exactly like the one we're looking at, the NASDAQ, so it tells you that it's quite a bit here. But let's take a look at this just a little closer. You see that spot right there, folks? What would be if that were the 382 off of this low right here? I just saw it. Let's just double check. There's your low right here, and you come up and you miss it by this is a $400 stock, folks. The number is 435.35, and the low was 436.15. So it missed it by 60 cents. So, well, 60 cents into 435, that's way too much. Anyway, that's what you're seeing here some of the times. Well, it doesn't make any difference. I better be, what's the old saying? You better be quiet and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. All right, now I'm going to look at Apple one more time here. Get this up here with Mr. Appel. And I know it's making new highs because I heard them talking about it just a few minutes ago before we came on the air. There's Apple. We'll get the daily up here to make sure there's a daily. And by golly, we're going way above. Still jumping and still rocking and rolling here in Apple. It has 252 was, I believe, the big target we were looking at on this thing. Let's just double check it here. There's your ABCD. And it should come in around 250.90, and the high today has been 253 already, so it's still going higher, and there's another movement coming here at that level in Apple. Those are the only ones that we had any requests on today. So we'll get this out of the way, and we want to move over here to another one that we've been paying attention to. I have to show you this one today, folks. This has been one that's been quite interesting for us. This is where I've been using the the neural net, and you can see it's just lined up really perfectly. We sold it here at 18, and now we're trading at 08. So your stop is now at break even. So you basically, got that covered, so you don't have to risk very much. And that's the real beauty of doing this, and that's why we want to keep our fingers crossed. I have to send these to some dear friends of mine that follow along with this thing does every once in a while. And now we're going to move over here to the natural gas. And if anybody should know anything about natural gas, I think it would be me. Okay, now here's natural gas. there's where we were the last few days, okay? Now you can see here, we got up to 356. That was a big move. Then the market came down, and it made a 382 retracement here on the 13th. There it is, right there. Okay, then it came down and broke. So this was the last 382. So what you do is you go back and take the last 382, because the next one should repeat itself over and over again. And there it was this morning to the exact tick, and it went from 27, dropped $2,000, and now you can see it's rallying back up. Now, the fact that this has been the last 5 days, what you need to do is to go to the hourly chart and see if this little pup, there it is right there. That's the one we were talking about early this morning before the market opened, right there at 327. Now we have to look at this one. So we're going to move this over and just see. Doesn't even come close, because there's the last low. Okay, clean that out. And there's no ABCD in here to really say anything. This might be a 786, but there's nothing else there that would think it were anything other than that. And that's what it was. I see so many of these, folks, because I do these all the time. You'll be able to see it. This is where we were. We had the 382, bada bing, bada boom. And now it was pretty good support in here. The only thing that, as I'm looking at this right now, you can see this was a pretty big move down. You can see it right here. There was the big move down. And this one here did almost exactly. You see how that repeated itself over and over again? This is the stuff that Andrew Lowe did in his book, and the non-random walk down Wall Street. 20 and I did it with the MIPS computer, watching these things repeat over and over again. And those are basically just the harmonic numbers of the thing that you're watching in here. Okay, now we had one that's getting ready, and you want to be ready for this one. I've got to get this window thing set up here, cascaded, so I can pull it out. And that is the long-term Canadian dollar, because the Canadian dollar is getting ready to make a holla. Here's where we were. As we get out of the way here, we'll see. Okay, all right, let's get out of here. All right, there's where we were in the Canadian dollar these last few days. Okay, now I'll show you what we're watching. There's where we were this morning. There was a really nice 3 drive to a top pattern, just really perfectly, and then the market broke down really fast. First thing you check, you go back to your last low, which was back on Friday, and you go and take a look, and where did it stop? Exactly at the 382, and then away it goes to the upside. The why we're watching this, folks, is because of this. If you go to the weekly chart, it's knocking on heaven's door up here, folks. 143.43. We are only 44 pips away. You got to take that trade. Well, you don't have to do nothing if you don't want to. But boy, give me that one. I want to take that puppy every chance I get. But look, you're up. I don't know how many weeks in a row you're up. Let's just double. These are weekly, so you're up 12 weeks in a row. Okay, that in itself makes it an outlier event. But you've had it before. You can see they've gone up farther sometimes. So this is where you're looking at that 1.618 number, folks. Buy or sell at 1.618 is ideal for you, because, see, at 40, if it's only 30 pips away, so you sell it at 143,408. And that because it goes out to 4 digits, and then you put your stop at 13454. You're risking $300, and if you're right, it's going to have a lot in it. And if you're wrong, it won't make any difference, because you'll be out of it and looking for the next trade. And that's what we do all the time here, is to find the trades that work and the trades that don't work. Now let's see, what else did I think I covered the soybean meal. Yes, I covered the crude oil, the British pound, the treasury bonds. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get down here to the next one here, natural gas. I covered that. Okay, well, that's it for the day. We don't have a guest today, folks, so if you have any questions coming up, please bring it up. We're going to take a look here at a couple of stocks from yesterday. This is AVGO. This is the one that has taken Tesla's. Let me get this out of the way, because this is all screwed up. I'm going to have to do an hourly because of the fact that it's actually down a bit. My goodness, that's hard to believe. Well, actually here, I hate to say this, but let me refresh this just to be. Okay, that's been refreshed. All right, now there was yesterday's action right here. Okay, that's the 16th. Today's the 17th. We did gap down, and we're sitting right here. Now, if by some stretch of the imagination, and I'm just giving you a rough idea because I don't know nothing about stocks, but I do know charts. Let's see if I can get this darn thing to work, and I can't get it to work, so I'm going to have to try it a different way, and that is to look at it around this way. That's close enough. But the trouble is I can't move the damn thing. See, I try to tell these folks that it doesn't work the way I want it to. It doesn't move it. I'm trying to move this up a little bit, and it doesn't give me a chance to move it, but get rid of this. I'm just going to show you there's a potential here for this island right here. Okay, now if you close right here, that's where you want to sell it, because if it doesn't gap down, you're going to be stopped out. Your stop would be right here, so you're only risking about 12 bucks. But if it's right, it's going to have one heck of a correction, because we've had a lot of things that's saying that this is a speculative bubble here. Hey, that's my opinion. 877-927-6648.
Ho, ho, ho! The Tiger Dollar Holiday Double Bonus Sale 2024 is here. Amazing money! Now through December 23rd, we've doubled the bonuses. Don't miss your opportunity to get a double bonus up to 40% on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Here's how it works. Purchase 500 Tiger Dollars and receive 100 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 20% bonus, $600 total. Purchase 1,000 Tiger Dollars and receive 300 bonus Tiger Dollars. A 30% bonus, $1,300 total. Purchase 1,500 Tiger Dollars and receive 600 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 40% bonus, 2,100 total.
Oh, wow!
But you have to hurry because this Holiday Tiger Dollar Double Bonus Sale ends on December 23rd. Visit the front page of TFNN for details and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Ho, ho, ho! TFNN.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, I know it's hard to believe, but I looked out last night and I see this sleigh going all over the sky, and it landed on my roof last night, and it dropped off Shane Smolian to talk to us today. Are you in the house, Bubba? Hope he is. I guess not. Maybe he fell down the chimney. Who knows? Anyway, if he does come on, Al, let me know, and we'll have Shane on, because he's the only person in the United States is almost as bearish as I am, because I know you watch these other stocks like Tesla and all these others are going straight up, and that's the one they're talking about, folks. But if you look at the old advanced decline line, that is not what's really happening. And boy, when it does tip over, if it does, maybe not in my lifetime, but certainly in yours, it's going to be pretty it's going to be worse than the .com. It'll be worse than a real estate one. The reason why? Leverage. We're leverage squared, folks. I mean, we've never had leverage like this with all these ETFs and stuff that's out there. And I think we have Shane in the house right now. Shane, are you there? Billy Ray Valentine calling Shane Smolian. Evidently, I'm not getting through to the Shane man, but let's just wait and see. Maybe he'll come on in a second. So I don't know what to do. All of my frustrations in this business, folks, come from the technical part of this. I'm going to continue talking and showing the little few things that I'm looking at here, because that's all I really know. I don't understand the technical part. Let's look at the Australian dollar. That's another one that I think is getting ready to make some type of a significant bottom. We're getting very, very close, making new lows each day as we speak, and this will be related to possibly the grain markets turning, because they have a lot of stuff that they import from us. As you can see here, the ABCDs, all this come in right below 63. We're only 40 pips away, folks. 40 pips away. I've got all my limit minders in there, because I certainly want to be watching that one coming up at that point, okay? Now, we do have to take a look at the euro and the U.S. dollar as we're looking at this. Al, if Shane comes in, please let me know as soon as you can, so we'll try to get him on. He's got some statistics that I think the folks would be good to see. Now, let's get this out of here. There's where we are with euro here on the daily. All we're going to do now is go down to the hourly, and you can see it's rallying, but really not very much at all. All it can do is make a 382 of the previous high that we made back here on December 6th. That was made last night. We went up there and hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Now we're starting to back off. So until it starts to get above here, this euro is still headed south. And if you look at this on the long-term weekly, folks, if we break below here, the next thing you're looking at here is another 300 handles, and then possibly even $10,000 move from there. Excuse me, 5,000. No, that's $10,000. No, 5,000. $5,000 move from there to there, because that high right there on the weekly, and we've talked about that many times. That was exactly, both of these were 382s on the way down, folks. Just absolutely perfect, because we were selling them. That's how I remember. There it is right there. And then, of course, there's where the big ABCD came in on that, and that's where it's rallied from. And if we look at the dollar index, which we're going to do right now, you'll see that it's done almost exactly the same thing. There's it is on the daily. Now you see it's at the point now where it could really have some trouble. And as you're looking at it right now, let's see who's ringing the bell. And I have Santa's favorite elf on the line, Mr. Shane Smolian. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Larry. How's it going?
Oh, just waiting for you to see you on Christmas Eve, my friend. Just waiting. Tell us what kind of presents do you have for the folks at TFNN today?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that our bearish scenario is still alive. Yesterday we had that choppy action, but we do have the Fed meeting coming up tomorrow. So I think this market's probably on hold for that. But I want to zoom in for a little bit here and just talk about our three main signals that we look at. Fed use is here in red. That's our primary signal that we look at, and that is really important for these markets to be synchronized with what the Fed use is doing. So this is still to the downside, and so we also have quad lunar cycle in a sell, and then planetary speed index in a sell. So all three of those are in a sell still, and the Fed use is still heading down lower. So that's important, because when you have an astro forecast like we have, which is generally negative right now, you want to see that the tape, the price action, is actually lined up with what your forecast is. So right now we've seen some choppy markets the past few days, but the Fed juice is really important because it tells us what's going on in terms of the tape. And this is still in a sell signal. It hasn't even whiffed once on these little jumps up and down. We've had a lot of fake outs here. So the only thing that I was a little bit concerned about here is we did have the Fed internals yesterday did have a little bit of a spike up. You can see here, I was looking at this. I was getting a little bit concerned because when the Fed comes in and ramps this, it's hard for the market to decline. But it has come back down again today, and the Fed is still into the sell pattern into here. So I know it's hard for people to see. It's choppy. We're heading into this Fed meeting. But ultimately, I still think that the potential is still there for a decline. And so I do want to go back to these efficiency tests. Can you see these on the screen, these efficiency tests?
Yes.
Okay.
We can. Yes,
so,
sure can.
So just to explain to the viewers what these are. So you might have seen these efficiency tests before. Like, for example, this is the Mars retrograde station. I put this up for the viewers right after the retrograde. It tends to back off for a few days. But most people, think of the efficiency test as, here's the transit. It acts like this to the left. It acts like this to the right. But what I've done is I've taken all of these transits and I put them together in a spreadsheet so we can see the most negative periods. And so, right now we're heading into this December the 17th period, which is right here. You can see that's where we are. So I'm going to highlight this on the screen. So hopefully everybody can see. I'm drawing a line down the screen here. And the one thing I want to point out too here is that if you look at everything to the left of this, generally we've had a lot of pretty green transits into here. I mean, if you take a look at most of these, it's a pretty solid wall of green headed into here. We did have a couple of days here of red. And I do want to point out that the market did actually pull back on these days. So in other words, even though we had this wall of green coming up to today's date, those few days there where we had that red period, the market did have a little bit of a pullback. And we've had some choppy back and forth for the next few days, but for the past few days. But what I want to point out too now is if you take a look to the right here of this line, what you start to see is there's a change of character. So before we had mainly these positive green transits, and what I did here on these charts, I'm going to zoom in just to show people what I'm looking at here. I took the strongest periods of these transits, so you can see here it's highlighted. So you'll see on the bar here it's highlighted, and there's like a percentage there. So it says 63.6. What that means is that 63.6% of the time the market goes down during that transit. If it's green, that's the percent of the chance that it goes up. So you can kind of get an idea of the strength of the transit in terms of the percentage of what's coming up. So if we go back here and we look at where we are right now, so this line right here, so it's 12. I can hang on through the break if you want and come back.
You're going to have to because we got to love to hear this. Shane Smolian, wolftrader.com, coming up next.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we have Shane Smolian still in the house. Please continue, young man.
All right. So what we were talking about here is this is all of the efficiency tests put together for S&P. I did it for the month. I like to think of this as like the DNA of the symbol. Like I've looked at every single transit possible and specifically tested how the market has behaved for this around 10 years. The interesting thing here, again, here's the line where we are right now. This is the 1217 right here. And you can see right here, you can see this. This is a Mercury sextile Venus. This is a 66% chance of decline showing up today. The market did go down today. And you can see here that we've got this Neptune direct station here. That's 90% decline from now until 1221. And then there's another one here, Mercury opposite Jupiter, 78.6% from now going into right around 1228. Also, you have the Sun square Neptune, 69.6%. This is going to 1221. And then you have this Venus trine Jupiter here, 63.6%. So we're starting to see a change of character here. Now, the depth of this sell-off or what it could be still remains to be seen. But astrologically, this is really a nice setup. I mean, we have so many things lined up right now. It's taking a long time to develop. Again, it could be because of the Fed meeting. But what this is telling us is the likely outcome is the reaction to the Fed is likely going to be negative based upon what we see here. And again, this directly tested how. So an efficiency test is different than a transit because a transit is just, Sun square opposition. It's just looking like the Bradley. It just assumes that the squares are bad and the conjunctions are good, whatever. This is different. This actually looks at the specific behavior of the S&P around these transits. And again, I went back 10 years and I looked at this. So according to this, we should be entering a period here for the next 10 days or so, where we're getting some more negative energy coming in to this market. And again, the good thing about this is if you're looking at this from the shorting perspective or the bearish perspective, the Fed juice is in a sell. And so we want to see the price action agreeing with the Astro. It's really hard to short the S&P, as you know. It's a very tough market to short. But these are the types of opportunities that we look for. And we put everything in our favor at this point. We'll see what happens. But the odds are there in terms of the astrological indicators, in terms of the Fed juice. So now the market just has to follow through to the downside. So we'll see what happens.
Listen, thank you very much. I like those odds. Anytime it's better than 60%, that's a whole lot better than even money. And we got 4 of them. That's a pretty good indicator. But We're going to see if it's correct. And Shane, if it works, we'll have you on again. If not, we want to wish you the best of luck in your next career. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful holiday with your family, Shane. And
thanks, Larry.
Keep sending me pictures of Colby because I think you've got a ringer coming up. He's really a good shot. When I watch it, he's just incredible for a little guy that can shoot that far outside. That's tremendous.
Yeah, we're working
folks,
on it. Yeah.
We'll have Shane on again soon, and thanks for joining us today on the spur of the moment. But I know you wanted to share those statistics with the folks.
Yep.
Basically, folks, what he's saying is statistics between now and the 21st to the 28th of December have a negative bias, and that's all he's saying. Not any more, not any less. So let's get back up here, bring up a few charts. Since the break came, we do have a few questions coming in, and give me 1 second to start sharing the charts, and we'll get up to talking about it. One we're going to be looking at just as soon as we get back on the air, which is right now, is Caterpillar. So we're going to look at Caterpillar, Johnson & Johnson, and Amazon. These are our questions. So first one will be Caterpillar, C-A-T. Let's see, that's not too hard for a guy from Terre Haute, Indiana, St. Benedict's Jesuit Church, grade school. Okay, here's Caterpillar. This is where we've been. You can see we had a high up in here. This was the big run after the election. Let's get this up here to see where we were. There's the election run up. We've been bouncing around. Actually, it's had a bearish indicator here because you have the 135 pattern right here, and we're starting to break down a little bit. But let's check and see from the last low that we made way back here. Let's see where that 382 comes in, because it looks like it's there right now, and there it is. So if it's got any support or not here in the Caterpillar is right here at 35.72. That's where it's trading, right at the 382 of this move right here. And looking at it on a little bit smaller time frame, let's get back to reset default so we can see the candles the way they should be. You can see here that we do have another ABCD pattern coming in here also. So it's already through that. Let's see, because we're at major support right now with that 382, folks. There's nothing that you can do. There's your ABCD. It's went far below it, so we need to see what the expansion number is off of this, and we'll just draw it from your high, from your low to your high. Try it that way, Larry. That's maybe you learned something. Very low to your high. See, we're already quite through the 61, so we're taking this out. So this 382's got to hold it right here. But we do have right behind it is the big ABCD. Just saw that. Missed it. There's AB right here. Here's our CD coming in right about there. We're $4, folks, away from what that ABCD is. So that's going to be pretty strong support. I'm going to put my limit minder on just in case it goes through there to the downside, because that would be telling you that, wow, maybe this thing is going to be going a lot lower. Okay, now, the next one we're going to look at now is Johnson & Johnson, one of the premier pharmaceutical companies in the world. When I was a young kid, I went to work for the number one at that time was Eli Lilly. The rankings do change. Now here's Johnson & Johnson on a long-term picture. It's been going down for a long time, folks. This used to be a premier company, but as you can see here, over the past several years, it's been going down. Let's look at the long-term weekly on this, and we'll see. It's been going down for quite a few years, actually since 72. Look at this, folks. This is really, really quite amazing. Now, this is one that you ought to be able to see something like this in a heartbeat. Okay, now let's just see how hearts are working today. There's your 135 pattern. That's Mother God and Country. If you missed that one, you know, apply for as a fry cook over at McDonald's. Well, I think President Trump took that job. There's your 135. It has nice symmetry, high to high to high. You can see it right there, just pretty much spot on. Okay, now the next thing is you've got a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Now this isn't a head and shoulder because this is higher, but this one is. Okay, so within that, you can see you've got the ABCD pattern right here going up to the 78% level, 707, all right? So that means there's your left shoulder, there's your right shoulder, and there it is. Now, what will be the target on this is very simple. Right out of Andrew Lowe's book, you do an ABCD, even though Andrew uses ABCD. I don't know who he got that from, but he must have got it from somebody. There it is right here. So we're getting, we already made that almost, or really close. So there's where we are. Look, we had another, no, this is not a Gartley. You see with this lower low like this cannot be a Gartley because the X has to be higher than the C, and it's not. So what that is, there's some name that somebody named it. I think it's called, can't even remember what it's called, but there it is right there. And all that is when you're seeing it, is you're seeing a 61% retracement off of the high right back there. And as you can see, it comes in within pennies of the fact. That tells us that Mr. J&J is heading for down to another 20% lower. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, as we can see here that Amazon is making a 1.618 expansion of this range right here. We're going to draw that in. We see this quite often, 1.618. The number is 233.34. The high so far today has been 232.73, so it is less than $1 away on a couple $100 stock with 2 hours to go. It could make that very easily. I'd sell this all day long at 233.34. Not risking more than $2. Of course, if the news came out, it might be a whole lot more than that. But looking at this on the weekly, we're going to be able to see if we can find it. There it is right there. There's that same pattern banging on the door. And let's see what it says here as far as a number we were watching. We'll move it over here. There, this says, oh my goodness, this says the same number, 233 and change. So we're getting very, very close here on Amazon of what we think will be a pretty significant top. But that's true of a lot of things. And what does it keep doing? It keeps going up. It keeps going up. Get rid of Johnson & Johnson in here. See how we're doing with some of the other things. And that's pretty much it. Okay, those are the main things that we're looking at today. Try to do something nice for your neighbors, folks. A lot of the folks are having a lot of difficulty. And also, remember this number right here, folks. This is the 382 on the NASDAQ. If we start getting below here, that'll be the first time that a potential top is in. That will be the first time. That's the 382 off the low we had yesterday on the 13th. That was Friday. Okay, there's your perfect 382, and we get below that. That's the first time that we've broken below the 382 in a long time. This was a 382. We've showed it before. That was a 382 off the previous low. Let's see if we can find that. Well, I don't have time to find it, but we're going to try real quick. Put the hourly up, and there it is right there. Hold on. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.